Shalom. Call Halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to my fellow laborers, the 144,000, all right, that are risking their lives and their freedom to do this work, all right, now more so than ever. And to the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, the Israelite foreigners among the heathens that look like the heathens, and to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you another lesson in truth. And this is once again about the controversy of Zion. And I was riding back from the secondary dojo with one of the young brothers, and we were listening to the Patriot Nurse, and she made a statement. And it made the brother realize he was talking about comments on the comment board that you still have people, all right, that subscribe to the lie, or some actually still believe that the people in the land of Israel are the people of the Lord, and they're not. All right, and the Bible tells you that clearly, you know, that that there will be that the nation of Edom would be occupying the land of Israel in the end of days. And that the Lord is coming back to destroy and get rid of Edom. And even the rabbis said that they're pointing out to the fact that Western Christians, Christianity is Edom. And then you got some Christians, all right, that don't believe those people are the Lord, but actually pointing out the fact that those people are Edom, when the truth of the matter is they're both Edom. But I'm going to play this video, this short clip of this, looks like a Israeli soldier. And I don't know if this, this was just done with the camera for the effect that I'm sure that it's had, because it looks like it got 2.4 million views, in 3 weeks. That's substantial. This short, all right, and but it could be. It could be, how they use the media to their advantage. All right. So let's, without any further ado, let's play this short clip.
Let's play a game. Put a finger down if you've had rockets launched at your home. Put a finger down if your social media is flooded with obituaries. Put a finger down if you've texted your friends terrified that it's the last message they'll see. Put a finger down if someone you know is missing, kidnapped, or is slaughtered by Hamas terrorists. Put a finger down if you haven't been the same since October 7th and probably never will be. I and 9 million other Israelis have just put all 5 fingers down.
Now, my question would be, what would you say? What if someone was to play the same game and said everything that she just said, and said, and this has been happening to us for 75 years. You see, you got certain groups of people who respect, just don't respect other people's humanity. They just don't. They don't have a respect, and that would be these people. They really have no respect for anyone else's humanity but their own. Okay, but this is Jeremiah 16:19. And it reads, O Yahweh, my strength and my fortress and my refuge, in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto you from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Now, this scripture was talking about, the Israelites. But, the duality of the scriptures, you can apply this to Esau, Edom today. Because these people really do believe, some of them believe, like the Patriot Nurse here. She really do believes, because she's a JOO herself, but identifies as a Christian, as an American Christian. And, but she believes or refuses to look at the evidence that in the Bible that clearly shows you the opposite. But nevertheless, she's standing on the fact that these people are the people of the Lord, and there's a lot of Jakes that feel that way too. So you got actual Israelites They say, hey, man, well, those are the people of the Lord, man. We can't, we can't do anything. We can't. And a lot of people who believe in the Bible believe that because they've been taught the false narrative on who the people of the Lord are. And then when you bring up the evidences on who the people of the Lord are, they ignore them or just say it's propaganda. And will hide behind the word propaganda or conspiracy as a reason to disregard and look away from evidences.
Whenever things like this happen, they are sources of sifting. I have practiced in my own life as a way to prepare for the future. I have allowed the Lord to sift people away from me because ultimately, Him and Him alone, that's where my faith is. And I'm planting my flag on the scriptures and on the word of God. And I know that the Lord gave me this channel. He's given me everything that I have. And so ultimately, if there are people that need to be sifted out of my life, so freaking be it, man. There is no problem on my end with cutting sling load and letting people just run who are A, crazy, B, haters of the Lord, C, haters of the people of Israel. I got no place in my life for that because if they will turn in a heartbeat based on this love.
So, shit, haters of the people of Israel. Now, you don't have to hate them to believe and disagree that they aren't the people of the Lord. A fact is a fact. Although the Lord does say He hates the wicked, and but outside of all that, you don't have to oh, well, I hate and want to kill these people. No, if you say, look, the scriptures, and the prophecies say otherwise. It's simple as that. All right? And they just don't want to acknowledge the truth, what it is, because, hey, this is Isaiah 34:8. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. All right? The beloved brother, the elder brother, Elder Manat Zakba, sent me a couple videos, which I cannot and will not show. And both videos showed, some serious judgment. All right? Which brothers need to watch and look at videos like that from time to time. Hold on, let me close this door, Salakia. I want people coming in. All right, but people, it's good to watch videos like that because you need to get numb to what you're about to see. All right, because that sort of thing is going to be happening in front of you a lot. All right, but nevertheless, judgment came on those people, and judgment are going to come on these people who are fabricating that they're the people of the Lord. Okay? As a matter of fact, let's go to TikTok. They hate TikTok. Boy, do they hate it. Waiting for it all to load up. Got a lot of information in there. But I'm going to play this short, and then I'm going to play another one. Come on now. Oh, sound is down. So let me start that again.
Which criminalizes the
There we go.
The Israeli parliament has recently passed a bill that has sent shockwaves to the international community.
So just so you can see who's talking.
The consumption of terrorist materials marks a significant development in the nation, often dubbed the only democracy in the Middle East. This new law, which was passed with a majority vote in the Knesset, amends an existing law that prohibits the systematic and continuous consumption of publications of terrorist organizations under circumstances that indicate identification with the terrorist organization. What's concerning is the potential broad scope of this amendment. The wording of the law, which will probably lead to the targeting not just of individuals, but also inadvertently encompass a wider group, including probably the 2 million people living in Gaza. Implication here is that, by association, all Palestinians could potentially be prosecuted under this law, including Israeli citizens, a fact that raises serious questions about this democracy.
Hold on, let me pause it. Or like she said, anyone who disagrees. Because if you did disagree, she said you're a hater or you're a BS or you're crazy. She said, the patron nurse said you're crazy. If you, and why are you crazy? Because you know the truth and she doesn't? Because you disagree?
On this is that the pro-Israeli voice is so weak at the moment that the government has decided to step in and try to silence as many people as possible under the guise of terrorism. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if other countries, including obviously the US, don't start to pass similar laws using the rhetoric of terrorism, security, and the golden boy of sympathy, anti-Semitism.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. He hit the nail on the head, and they're going to use the social, the social economics thing that's going to come along with the new digital currency to do it. All right. If you say something, or if you disagree with the narrative, they're going to be able to cut you off socially. So here's another video from the same guy. Let's play it.
I want this message to get to every parent in America.
This looks good.
Send their kids to NYU, to Harvard, to Stanford, to Berkeley.
Like Braveheart.
I am Israeli.
See, I'm going to stop you here, because if you're Israeli, then you need to go back to Israel and live there, because one of us needs to be able to enjoy that country. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know how long it's going to be around.
But before all of that, I am a dad. I have 2 beautiful children.
Okay, I think you're just going all over the place here, buddy.
Because the president of Columbia University will not speak out.
Okay, listen, you shouting constantly is not going to make any of your points more valid. Okay?
That's right.
Lies that you're trying to tell, or misinformation that you're trying to spread, or confusing people doesn't become reality when you keep shouting and shouting and shouting. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Stop.
Against pro-terror student organizations.
For sake. They created groups like the B'nai B'rith Foundation, or the B'nai B'rith Youth Organization, that is spread on campuses and high schools, that their mission is, as they say, to protect the Israeli interest, but is to make sure that there's no dissent or any negative publicity towards the state of Israel.
Because the president of Harvard University.
Again, buddy, you're shouting again. The whole bullying tactics that's used is the shouting and the making things seem very scary, and creating this boogeyman.
14 U.S. citizens.
Here we go.
Were kidnapped into Gaza with 200 other Israeli, French, German, and other nationalities. 14 citizens of the U.S.
You're shouting again, Kins, but the reality is they have dual citizenship, most probably, like yourself, that have decided that they want to go live in Israel because they get a nationality there. And the reality is that they are Israeli citizens. They are not Americans like you're trying to say. They're not Germans. They're not French. They just have 2 passports. So conveniently, I'll identify as that nationality, so the statistics go up that 14 U.S. citizens are been kidnapped.
Wow.
This makes it a personal thing for the U.S. now, and you're trying to connect with that audience that you have to make it seem like their people are being harmed. There's 4,650 prisoners, political prisoners in Israel, Palestinian political prisoners in Israel at this point. 520 of them have been detained without any charges. 200 of those prisoners are children.
Damn.
This is how pro-Israeli people operate. It's bullying, it's being aggressive, and there's no facts behind anything that they're saying, and it's giving misinformation or keeping part of the truth aside to make it seem.
You know what? So that's actually enough on that. But, you know, that's the problem. When you have, these are the very people who also control almost all the media outlets, almost every one of them. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. I don't know why this thing wants to freeze up all of a sudden. There we go. Come on now. There we go. Freed up. And let's play this sister now. Then we'll get back to the scriptures.
The major problem with Israel.
Yeah, that was the right one.
The major problem with Israel is with the young generation of the next community.
You know, I wonder why
Israel's biggest problem is the young generation of the black community. When we're all the way over here, we don't have no land, we don't have no communities, we don't have no commodities, we don't have any resources, we don't have any bombs, we don't have any nuclear weapons, we don't have any missiles, we don't have any military. Why would we be the biggest threat?
Which is the condition that the Israelites will be, according to prophecy. In the last days, that is the condition that the Israelites would be in. By the way, they wouldn't have their own military and power and a voice and none of that. That's what the Bible says, Patriot Nurse. Okay.
Wouldn't the biggest threat be the people you're actually in war with? What do we have to do with anything y'all got going on? Could it be that the conspiracies about identity theft are true? Perhaps. Because I doubt that, a lie would be a big threat to an entire country.
Ooh.
I don't think a lie would.
So with that in mind, let's go to the scriptures now. Okay. Let's go to Deuteronomy. We were talking about conditions. So this is Deuteronomy 28th chapter, which everyone should read. I'm going to go to verses 43 through 45. All right. And when you look at the conditions of the people, so-called black people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and then you look at the conditions of the Israelis, they don't fit any of these. All right. Because they have militaries, they have banks, they have bombs, they have nuclear missiles, they have naval ships, they have media companies, they have organizations that formed. A couple of them were named that prevent you from certain talking points, and if you have certain talking points, you get what's the word? Cancel cultured. All right. You don't even have to say anything harmful. You can just say something that's, you just disagree with. And, but this is Deuteronomy 28:43, and it says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt be brought down, come down very low. Israelis, Jewish people throughout America, throughout the West, they're not beneath anyone. In every society that they're in, they're on top. And they practically live in safe and better neighborhoods with better stores, schools, etc., etc. All right? He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Israelis and Jewish citizens aren't the tail any place where they are on the planet. All right? They're the head. And they're definitely the lenders. They own the pawn shops, the banks, for the most part, and the stocks and bonds, a lot of the jewelry, the gold mines, the diamond mines, the silver mines. This is all them. And most of the prime real estate in every major city, in big cities, the downtowns in New York, Chicago, LA, and all the big cities, the majority of the buildings, and they're owned by them. All right? And it says, so they're definitely not the end. They're not the tail. They're the head. All right? They're not low, but they're very high. Okay? Deuteronomy 28:45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed. Like the black community. Look at what just happened with the Venezuelans. They just journeyed. All right? Very dangerous journey where many of them died to come here. Just found out that coming through the jungles of Panama, they lost, I think out of every 100, I forget it was, like 20 of them got killed by tigers. All right. Brother was telling his brother's father is visiting from Panama, and he was telling that they were coming through, and he's talking to these guys, and they lost family members to tigers. He said one guy came through, was bringing his daughter first and planned on going back for his wife. And the tiger, took his daughter away from him. And he had to go back to get his wife. And he's like, I don't know how I'm going to tell her, that we lost our daughter to a tiger. in the jungle. All right, trying to come to America. And then they come to Chicago, and now they're out in the cold. So you came from a... So these are clearly people who are under the curses and on the bottom. All right, it says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. And that is why, and then it says, well, let me read the next one. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. You will be able to identify the Israelites, not because of how they look. They got scattered among all people. But you be able to identify them more so than anything by these curses. And these curses fit the Negro, Latino, Native American like that glass slipper fit the Cinderella. Didn't fit the skinny chick with the long foot or the fat chick with the fat foot. All right. Now you got scriptures like this. Ezekiel 36:5. Let's read it real quick. One of my favorites. You never hear Benjamin Netten, not a J-O-O, quote this one on camera. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord, power surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. That's the Greek way of saying Edom. This is also how you know that Esau, Edom, tampered with the Bible. But the word still comes through because this Greek word shouldn't be in the Old Testament. It said, which have appointed my land into their possession with all the joy, with all their heart, with the joy of all their heart, and with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. Israel was casted out for a prey. The Edomites came in and they took the land for themselves and they parted it. All right. It's parted with who? With Ishmael, mainly. All right. Because some of, they'll call him Arab, and Arab actually means mongrel, mixed, because the ancient people of the Persian Medes mix. All right, the Persians being Elam and the Medes being Ishmael. Okay, and these prophecies, just had to come. So let me play another quick video, and maybe I have time for one more scripture. Where's the English guy at? Here we go.
Why? Ask the bloody question. Why are they only teaching you the history of slavery as far back as the 16th and the 17th century? Why are they only going that far back? Because they don't want you to go farther back than that. Because then you'll actually find out the truth. But from the 16th and 17th century, we'll teach you about slavery. You've got to go further back, and you've got to understand and question, why do they do this throughout the whole of America in all the public schools? Why do they only go back as far as the 16th and the 17th century to talk about slavery? We've got to go further back than that. Because Islam designed infernal slavery, and then the Ashkenazi Khazars, those who say they are Jews and are not, are the ones that marketed it. And the regal Negro nomads, exiled from the kingdom of Judah, were the main recipients of it at the hands of the indigenous black Africans.
So what he just told you is that Africans and the regal Negroes who were exiled from Jerusalem are different people. And they leave that very important fact out when they talk about Africa and the history. Because all the people in Western Asia, all right, we've done plenty of lessons on Asia. If you can see, the land of Israel sits in Asia. Syria, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, they all sit in Asia. Okay? Everybody in that region was so-called what you would call black, but that doesn't make them the same people. Just because they were all melanated. Melanation is not your kinfolk. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. But what he just identified, what he told you is that the Negroes fled into Africa, and from there they went into slavery and came to America. All right, and that was the house of Judah. All right, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Just Judeans, not J-double-O's. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.